Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Out on the Ranch. I'm Dr. Lee, and it is another beautiful South Texas spring morning, late April. A little bit of rain coming down this morning. It's a little bit breezy and about 55 degrees outside, so it's got just a little bit of a chill to it. It's been a beautiful spring already. We've had nice temperatures, though a little bit cold, a little bit cooler than usual, and we've had a little bit of rain too. You can see the nice, beautiful pasture behind us, and I picked this spot today for a reason, and I'll get to that in just a little bit. Well, nevertheless, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope life is treating you well, and I hope the weather is good wherever you are today. Like I said, this has been a really nice spring so far, and the wildlife are coming around pretty good too. The does are getting heavy with their pregnancies. We should start seeing babies this week, maybe next week. And again, the gestation cycle for those guys is a little bit over 200 days. And the first time they have babies, they'll have singles and usually twins thereafter. So it'll be really interesting to see what we get here pretty quickly. I've moved the game cameras. You know, I had them all tucked back at the back of the ranch, checking for hogs back there and trying to get some numbers on that. And I've moved them down by the creek, trying to find the deer, because our deer numbers have gone way down. We have approximately 50% of the deer on the ranch this year as opposed to last year, and I have a strong feeling it has something to do with our little friends that have been wandering in. The area where I baited to see how many hogs we have, I left the cameras down there for quite a while, and it's pretty obvious. We have about half the number of deer we used to have. We have about twice the number of hogs that we had last time I came on and showed you pictures of hogs, which was probably about a month ago. This ranch, by definition, is supposed to support the indigenous species of plants and animals, and the hogs are not indigenous to this area, and they're running off the animals that are. So I'm going to have to take some measures, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But really looking forward to the little babies coming out. All the wildflowers are popping out right now. They're really, really beautiful. A lot of bluebonnets, a lot of Indian paintbrushes, and the yellow flowers, I forget their name, all up and down the highways in a good bit of South Texas. It's part of Lady Bird Johnson's Beautification Act back in the 60s. She and her husband signed some order, and they spread wildflower seeds all over the state in the medians of the highways. And boy, this time of year, they are just gorgeous all around Texas. So that's one of those cool things that, you know, somebody has the foresight to do early on, and generations later get to enjoy the benefits of it. So LBJ and Lady Bird, God bless you. Thank you for that. It is a joy to see those flowers these days. And folks, talking about our game cameras back at the back of the ranch, we have seen our little buddy, the Caracara, one more time since the first time he made his first visit. And if you look over at the right side of this screen right here, you'll see him just kind of peek his head in there. We didn't get very much of him, but at least we did see him back. Also, this time of year, we start seeing the Rio Grande turkeys coming in, the wild turkeys, and usually just one or two at a time we'll start seeing them. And they lay their eggs on the ground, and with all these coyotes running around here, I'm not sure what kind of success they're going to have this year. But anyway, the turkeys are beautiful, and we just love it when they start showing up every spring like this. And you know, as a veterinarian, I treated a lot of cases of fireworks and thunderstorm anxieties in dogs, and it's a real problem, and we had to use all kind of drugs for it. But I was never asked to treat thunderstorm anxieties in armadillos. Watch this little guy in this thunderstorm. He comes flying through the right side of your screen here, and he is headed fast for his little armadillo hole somewhere. And you can see he's getting rain. I guess he doesn't like getting his hair wet. Maybe that's what it is. But anyway, I thought that was pretty cute. And one thing I started doing, trying to get a good hog count back there in the back of the ranch, is I started taking table scraps back there and dumping them out. And just like last time when I was baiting the thing for the hogs, everything but hogs showed up. And these little guys right here were the first ones to come in. And you know how every party goes. The pizza goes first, and then the tacos and Mexican food go next. So these little pigs came in, and unfortunately they're the wrong kind of pigs, but they came in and raided all the goodies, and probably by the time the hogs came through, the raccoons and foxes had already knocked most of it out. So anyway, you know, they always say God laughs at those who plan, and these animals are making a fool out of me. So I really don't know, but nevertheless, just intermittently I've got enough video on the hogs that I have a pretty good idea about our hog count. And you know, like I said earlier, I'm pretty aware that we're going to have to do something about it, as much as I hate to. And guys, here's something that I need a little bit of help with. One of our faithful viewers, a girl named Angie, she lives about 1 mile that way as the crow flies from me, maybe 2 miles max. And her neighbor, whose name is Molly, sent her this picture. And Angie contacted me and said, Lee, what in the world would do this? A bobcat or raccoon? And you see this oak tree has all the bark torn off of it. The heartwood of the tree is scratched up. And if you'll look, there's a little birdhouse hanging up there to the left side of the tree that's been busted open, and the little birds that live in there are gone. So I said, Angie, I really don't know. And she was asking me if a porcupine would do that. And you know, here's a porcupine right here. Caught this one on the game camera down back in the back where the hogs are. And this is what we usually see right here. They're little bitty guys. They move very, very slow. And to have that much bark taken off a tree overnight, they're almost like sloths in that they are really slow moving animals. And the trees that I've seen around here that have the bark knocked off of them, that's called ringing the tree, when they take the bark off 360 degrees around like that. And porcupines will do that, but the trees I've seen them do it to around here have been trees that, you know, about that big around, you know, 3 to 5 inches around, and soft barked trees, not live oak trees like these trees that you're seeing right behind me here. Live oak trees have real tough bark, and you can see that whoever did that, man, they were busy that night, because that's a lot of work getting all that bark off the tree. So my question to you, and again, I need help from you guys out there. Have you ever seen this before? Can a porcupine do that? And is this 2 separate events? I know a porcupine would not tear into a birdhouse and get baby birds out of it. So is this 2 separate incidences, or is there an animal out there like a cat or something like that that could shred that much bark off of a tree and get the birds out of there? You know, I would think most predators, if they're going after the birds in the birdhouse, they're not going to take the time to knock all the bark off the tree. But I don't know. I told Angie I didn't know, and I told her and Molly that we would put this out on the channel because there's so many of you guys out there that are wildlife biologists and all. I know you and people that have lived in the country for long periods of time and have experiences with things like this. I knew that you guys would have some really, really logical answers for us. So anyway, in the comment section below, guys, have at it. Let me know what you think about this, and we'll pass the word on to Molly. They're going to put some game cameras out, and hopefully they can find out pretty quickly what's causing all this problem. But nevertheless, folks, that's about it from out here on the ranch with Dr. Lee for this wet Saturday morning. I hope your weekend's going good. I hope you have a wonderful, great weekend. And like I said, I picked this particular view for this video for a reason. And I'm gonna change the camera angle right now, and you'll see what that is. This is Bud's grave. This is his final resting place, other than Rainbow Bridge. And he used to run that pasture when he was a puppy like a little crazy dog. And it's been a rough week without him. Things just aren't the same. You know, he was 15 and a half years old, and we really, really miss him. And, you know, we drive by this, the road that goes to the highway comes right behind here, 15 feet behind the camera right here. So we drive by him every morning. I always tell him hi. And I don't know if you guys do that or not. Y'all probably think I'm crazy, but he was a big part of our family. But anyway, he'll be here overlooking this pasture for us, and he always loved that pasture. He was always out in it, and it's hard to think of that pasture without visualizing him out in it. But anyway, like Uncle Floyd says, we got to keep moving. Time marches on. Well, guys, thanks so much for dropping by on Out on the Ranch. Please leave me some comments on Molly's tree, whatever the heck you think happened to that. And I will look forward to seeing you guys next time. Always remember, I love you. God bless you, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye now. So what you doing there, Al?
Neutering a dog, Dad.
All right. Who's gonna learn you?
That's a mistake.